Right.
Yeah, right. Fuck off.
Settle down,
Right into the
Craig.
Christmas
Settle down.
Come on.
And so this
Right.
is Christmas.
Right. Are we all right for the introduction, you fuckwits?
All right, yeah,
no.
yeah,
God, he's
yeah,
great.
bar
God, you're
humbug.
aggressive today.
Yeah.
Have you had
You
too
know,
much
I-
Christmas cheer
yeah.
and spirit? Or are you just sick of
Well,
hearing
yeah,
John
just
Lennon every
and if you just leave him alone, let's get on with this.
You know, had you dinner yet? You're a bit grumpy, is that why?
I've not had
Who,
much
me?
downstairs actually, and I ain't told the
Christmas.
missus.
Fucking Christmas Day, it's Christmas.
Oh, it is, yeah. My turkey downstairs, even though I don't eat meat.
Definitely not the fucking middle of October, is it? I mean, definitely not.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
no. It's been a long time since October, I'll tell you. It's really been difficult.
I can't believe we had Biden coming in. It's good to have Biden as president, isn't it? In America.
Oh,
He
yeah.
says-
I'm glad to the back of Trump.
Yeah. It's really a shame that he was arrested immediately after he was left the White House, isn't it? Amazing.
Crimes against humanity. I'll tell you what, it was really funny when the Houses of Parliament got blown up.
No, that wasn't funny. That was tragic. We lost some great architecture that day, Bob.
It's a
Great architecture, some ancient buildings.
Yeah, it's a beautiful old architecture.
And Big Ben landed in Shoreditch. What's all that about? Right. Right, ready to go, guys?
Ready to go.
Right. Welcome all in this special festive episode of Take Your Seats. We are reviewing 1965 Doctor Who movie, Doctor Who and the Daleks. I am your host, John Aitken, and co-host is my good friend, Suki Cat. Hello, Suki, how the fuck are you?
Oh, straight into the language, are we, John? Straight into it, yes.
Well, it's a special occasion.
I'm
it's
feeling very, very
Christmas.
festive. I've got my little jumper on.
You
Right,
are.
I'm looking forward to Christmas Day, even though I'm not a Christian. But yeah, no, this is great.
It's about presents and feasting. Suki,
That's true. I do follow that tradition.
And joining us for this seasonal review are old favourites Bob Fleming and Craig Stimson. Welcome, lads.
Merry Christmas.
Hey,
Very
so
good.
good to be back. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it's good to be back a little bit. Good
I'm
to be
not
back.
sure who picked this film, actually. Who picked this film this time?
All of us. All
I
of
think
us.
it was you. I think
it
we
was a
all kind of
joint
said, didn't we? Yeah, I think it was.
It's a good Christmas film, isn't it? For sitting down after your dinner, watch this Christmas Day.
with
It's
the
a good
family.
film.
Yeah.
So,
Bring your presents.
so why did we pick this film? God, see, this is it. I'm reading off a script. I mean, I don't know. Why? I mean,
Because someone else wanted to do it, so we got him first.
that is
Because
true.
we've never done like all the years of Doctor Who and everything like that. We've never done the Peter Cushing movies. So I just would like to do one. That's the reason why. And it's nice and Christmassy and it's fun.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
Colourful,
remember,
isn't it?
this is the
Yeah.
movie podcast, and this is the only way we're going to get a Doctor Who theme. Was on the movie
TV
pod-
movie we did. TV movie we did.
And then there's that
Well-
the Invasion of Earth as well.
Yeah, there's 3 options there. And you could probably cast Day of the Doctor with that as well, Suki, to be honest. Oh, Craig,
Anyway.
I forgot. Before we go on, Craig, sorry.
Yeah.
This is for YouTubers. You ready? Right. I can't get you on telly. Oh, that didn't work as well as I thought.
That's
It's a cracker. I was going to get it out and pretend it was my penis and then say, pull us off.
I'm really glad that we've got such high quality visual comedy going on this audio podcast.
That's for the YouTubers.
This is
Hey,
what getting edited out, I'm sure, John. Yeah.
it's a cracker one, that I have to say,
I've
Bob.
won a
Anyway.
fucking piece of shit, and I've got a hat. Let me tell my joke before I go. It's a cracker of a joke. What do elves learn in school? The alphabet. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, ready to put fucking rolling tumbleweed sound at that point, please. So
Hey,
you
that
picked, well, we picked this film, so it's very different from the normal Doctor Who that we've done. Certainly, I felt it was. Presumably, you've all got a history with this film, so let's go around and see what our histories of this film might be. So, Bob, we'll go to you first.
Oh, well, it's a tale of woe a little bit, actually, because I think I watched this as a kid on telly before I knew what was going on and stuff. And then, because I'd seen the Daleks, the Daleks, the William Hartnell adventure, and I went to watch this. The same is with the Dalek Invasion of Earth, because it basically just copies the storylines from them, shortens them. And I was just like, well, that didn't happen. That shouldn't. That was that. Where was that bit? And I didn't like this Doctor Who thing. It was what is Doctor Human, whatever. And it just felt like Barbara's not. I just was doing too much of a comparison from watching the originals, and then. I don't know what happened. I think I just thought, oh, bollocks, I'm just going to buy it. This was like years later, and maybe not that long ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I'm just going to buy them on Blu-ray and watch them. And because I've got over all that, I just enjoyed them for what they were, which is just fucking great. Doctor Who on the cinema, colour, budget. It's just fun. It's a fun film, and so is the other one. But yeah, I really struggled just because of they are the same plots. But obviously they're only an hour and a bit, an hour and a half long or whatever. So you've got in there one's a 6-parter, one's a 7-parter. So you've got to condense them. And like I said, Doctor Who wasn't the Doctor wasn't the same, me and Barbara and all that. And then in the second one, I think you get Bernard Manning, who's in it.
Bernard Manning, Jesus flipping heck.
Oh, we're not reviewing that one.
Bernard Cribbins. Bernard Cribbins.
I hate Bernard Manning, just so
I hate Bernard Manning. I don't know why it came into my head. Imagine that. Hey, 3 Daleks walk into a pub. My mother-in-law. Anyway.
Craig, save us from this insanity and tell us what your history with this is.
Well, mine's the total opposite of Bob almost, because I grew up with this. I never saw the 60s TV episodes until well after I was... So this was my understanding of Doctor and the Daleks, Doctor Who, Dalek Invasion of Earth. In fact, I didn't even know, to be honest, they were based on the 60s programmes, because obviously, a bit like Bob, I wasn't born then anyway. But so I grew up and I loved it. I absolutely loved these. They were just whenever they were on television, I adored them. I always watched them Saturday morning, Channel 4, whatever it was. And it was a real big event for me. I remember once we were having something done in the house. I don't know what, I was only a kid. And I was taken all the way over to my auntie and uncle's, especially so that I could go and watch it at their house. And then was at university, the local cinema actually put a special evening on of the two of them on the big screen back to back. So myself and the household, we all went to watch these two films in Liverpool cinema. It was just cracking. It's got loads of childhood memories and they're all warm and they're all fuzzy and they're all lovely. And, it's just cracking. And then I must admit, when I watched, this is where it's to Bob, when I watched the proper ones, the 60s ones, oh God, I thought they were shit. They were so slow and turgid and dull. It's like,
so it's opposite for me, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
Completely opposite. Why can't they condense this down to 1 hour 20 minutes? There's enough going on. But anyway, that's for a different podcast. So yeah, that's where my history with it. Cheers, John.
All right, Suki.
Yes. Now I never watched the TV show until I think the mid 80s, maybe late 80s, when it came out on video. So this was my first initial contact, basically, visually with the film version, and it was lovely. It was great. I mean, you had a different version of Peter Cushing as the Doctor, because I've been reading about this film version for years and years. And when it came on the telly, I'm not pretty sure it was Channel 4, because I don't think I watched when BBC showed it back in the 70s.
ITV, Channel 3, it's always on one of them. Or even Channel 5.
No, I think the original. I think Channel 4 showed it originally. I think in the 80s. Well, maybe late 80s. Right, so that's when I first watched it, and I really did like it, and I enjoyed myself so much, right, watching this. And Peter Cushing is great. He's just a fuddy-duddy old Doctor. Yeah. I didn't like some of the Ian and Barbara being a couple, because I didn't see him as a couple, because I've just grown up with them not being a couple. And Susan as a granddaughter, she was a bit too young, too precocious. Right, and that just sort of got on me, and I thought, no, I didn't like it. But other than that, watching it again over the years, I just think it's a different thing altogether. It's just fantastic. It is great. What have you got going on in your background, Bob?
Oh, he's just obsessed with...
But YouTube as well. No, because Katie Manning did that thing, didn't she, with Bessie Naked with a Dalek, which is a fantastic artistic thing, I think. It's first class, isn't it? First class stamp behind me there of Katie Manning.
Well, can I just say, I've never stroked a woman's boob before, but I was touching the screen and I was touching Katie Manning's breast. I hope she didn't mind.
But I think it's one of them. Because she's dead funny, isn't she? She's just like, well, fucking, it was at the time, and I think a lot of Doctor Who fans have enjoyed it. So there you go. Sorry if it's distracting you, lads. I'll change it to a bum hole.
It's not distracting me at all.
Well, what if you change it to a bum hole? I'd like to know why you've got a bum hole as a picture.
What do you mean? Everyone's into that, aren't they? It has Christmassy. That's nice. We'll stick with that. Well,
Hey.
looks professional,
Anyway, John,
doesn't it?
John, what's your
I'm just letting them fucking go. It's like turning on. It's like
Carry on,
fucking
Bob.
Duracell bunnies. These two. It's unbelievable.
Am I being roped into this?
Craig hasn't done? It's all him.
No, but you know,
Yeah, at the
it's-
moment.
yeah.
At the moment.
Me and you, Suki, we're the hosts, so we're like, and you have many criticism. It's everybody else's problem. That's what I reckon. Yeah.
Thanks for the YouTubers.
This was my first time watching this, and I only knew of its existence recently. And I haven't seen the Hartnell. Is it called the Daleks? Just the Daleks?
Yeah. Well, it's several titles, but the overall one's the Daleks, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't have that to go for. I was disconcerted by the Doctor having a full stop rather than the full word, and I was also disconcerted that he was actually called Doctor Who rather than the Doctor. And I was also disconcerted by the fact that the TARDIS is not the TARDIS, but TARDIS, which is very weird.
Yeah, well, this is where I was at when I first saw it as well.
But I disconnected myself immediately from that shit, knowing full well that, like, I think this was just a reworking for. It's a kid's presentation of a Doctor Who story, and it's done in beautiful Technicolor or whatever the hell the technology was.
Yep, Technicolor.
It looked good. And I think Peter Cushing played a doddery old confused old man. He didn't. I don't know. Was this before we'd had the realization that William Hartnell or the Doctor was an alien?
No, we had that. But basically, what happened was Daleks kicked off mental. So when you had the unearthly child,
I'm not asking about that.
I'm just saying, like, as soon as that happened, they wanted films, merchandise, everything. This was part of that package to put it on at the cinema in colour and all this. Like, it was just like, it was so massive. It was like the Beatles, Dalek Mania.
First 6 years of Doctor Who, there was no mention of the Doctor being human.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
or
I got
an
the
alien
question.
or
I was about
anything.
to ask it,
It's only when we watch. Remember when we watched when we were doing Proctor Who and we did the War Games. That was sort of the first mention that he was from another race.
But it's kind of
that's going into
inferred
the
all
end.
the way, isn't it?
No,
It's
he's
like
it made no.
in the fourth dimension and stuff, right? It's kind of it's always there, but
Yeah.
they don't specify it.
But they say it from another planet from the day one.
Yeah, but it was human. There was never mention if he was human from another planet.
He did say, yeah.
Right, it's only when you get to Patrick Stratton.
Bob, stop being picky. It's Christmas. Chill out, man. God, have another drink.
I'm not in a pig in a blanket yet.
Calm down.
Oh dear. So I mean, I understand that there's like some shake-up of the idea. They just kind of redid the William Hartnell story, didn't they?
Yeah.
But they just did. They took out the extraneous bits and the bits that weren't really necessary for a kids' film.
Yeah. Well, you've got to think this was 7 episodes. So what? How many hours is that? 2.5, 3 hours, whatever. It's it's a long time.
And it's boiled down into 1 hour 20 minutes really successfully, I think.
It's not. It's not like we've had Doctor Who stories that were like literally 4 episodes too long.
No,
So
we've never
I
had
think-
that before,
I mean,
have we?
This shows that could have been both. I mean, I've not seen the Daleks, but I'm imagining it sort of has its middle period of like, oh, for fuck's sake, get on with it, stop running around and doing the same shit.
It has a lot of fucking about back and forth.
Yeah, so this is a condensed version of that story, and I think that was quite nicely done.
Yeah.
Do you not think?
I think it's really, yeah, I do.
I think as well, once you get over the initial bit that's not Doctor Who, the Doctor Who weird whole thing, and like you said, John, forget about that. But then the story's, is just a condensed version of the Daleks.
Yeah.
It adds for action. It's very cinematic. It's just, it just blows my mind at the time. You went to watch just the pictures, colour,
Awesome.
Doctor Who,
Fantastic.
Daleks as a kid, because the Daleks was unbelievably big, like say the Beatles.
It did have a proper movie vibe to it from the times. Yeah. And it also, I think, it was beautifully directed. There was a lot of it's just very nicely shot, and I think there were some choices that I really wasn't pleased with, but not directorially. I think the choices were mostly just in the plot, and that TARDIS. I mean, I don't want to criticise, but that TARDIS looked shit.
Yeah, that's
Inside
how
of
it is.
that
But
TARDIS.
it is one of the letdowns. It's all wires and it's unconvincing.
Yeah, well, that's also down to probably copyright things as well, right? So they couldn't really they could use the TARDIS exterior, the police box exterior, but the interior, yeah, so interior was probably copyrighted to the BBC, even though I think the BBC and Terry Nation were both paid £500 for the rights to this movie plus 2 others. But I don't think elements of the TV show were to be used in the actual film. And you're going back to all these changes that have been made. Remember, this film has not only got to cater to the British audience, who probably were already familiar with the show. It's got to cater to an international audience, so it's got to go abroad. And Doctor Who wasn't well known over in America or other places where it wasn't sold. So they needed elements to be able to bring him in. So instead of making him an otherworldly, crotchety, really bad person, well, not a bad person, crotchety old man, which he was in the Daleks, right? They made him into a doddery old uncle, father.
I mean, a lovely grandfather kind of figure, yeah.
It was a stereotypical kind of like, and that's how Peter Cushing played. Obviously, Peter Cushing was a big name as well. Really, to get to do this.
Roy Castle was as well, wasn't it? They had quite a lot of stars in this at the time. It was all very
Roy
slick.
Castle.
Record
breaker.
Yeah, that's how I remember him as well. Yeah.
I must right. Can I just talk about Roy Castle before? Is that all right?
Yeah, then I'll come in and join you on that one, depending on what you're going to say.
Because I love Roy Castle from my memories as a child, doing record breakers, playing his trumpet, and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? When he's being serious, he's a good actor. Is Roy Castle, which I was pleasantly surprised with. But I mean, this might be just me personally. I'm not a fan of slapstick comedy at all. And fucking hell, when he was trying to get in that door for what felt like half an hour, and that stupid bit at the end when the Romans are coming, he's all like, like I know that is of the time and all that. Like I'm saying, I compliment Roy Castle because as a kid, I love Roy Castle, and obviously he's not a yew tree, so that's good. I wasn't a yew tree, so that's always good. But like. He could act. He can act. Roy Castle acted in this in parts, and then he was just a fucking Doyle, running around like a knob.
I agree with that.
2 scenes though. It's only for 2 scenes.
I think the whole beginning as well when he comes in, he's like bumbling around and here's the song. Yeah, I found it the slapstick too much.
Yeah. I think the slapstick element was by the very nature of the film. You have a film that is like a children based. Think of like Mary Poppins, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You do get
criticize Mary Poppins.
What?
Jesus, you're not going to criticise Mary Poppins, are you? You can't even begin to compare.
No, I wasn't going to, but now Craig's unreasonably got upset that I might do. I am going to slag the fucking thing off.
Oh my God, no way. I'm going to have to walk off this podcast. We cannot criticise anything doing Mary bloody Poppins. And it's Christmas Day.
I mean, is Mary Poppins a gay icon or something? Is that why?
Probably, yeah. Well, she's just amazing. It's Mary Poppins. It's like criticising.
What do you mean it's Mary Poppins? She's fucking dick. She goes around.
Oh my God! Don't start, bro. Don't start.
She goes around and abusing children.
Let's go back to the movie.
I do get. I do get. This is going to be a fucking editing nightmare. Is this?
You do get. I do get to say, John.
I did hear that. I did hear that as well.
What?
Can you tell me where you get it? Because I'm jealous.
What are you talking about?
What you just said, but you don't realise. You went, I do get dick.
Yeah. And then stopped.
Fucking hell, Craig.
I would have. And let me come through.
Right now, John.
Wow. Craig,
are we at the bottom?
I was trying to say a sentence, but you stopped me because you lot were all gabbling in the middle of it. But I do get Dick Van Dyke vibes from Roy Castle's performance.
Yes, you're right there.
Fucking Christ.
But again, remember,
Happy Christmas, everybody. Fucking what?
Remember, again, this is a kids' film, so you're gonna put loads of humour in it, and a lot of this humour is like the old scene with the doors, the scenes with the Roman right at the end. But as Bob says, he does act through this film as well.
Yeah,
he does do some
quite good bit.
Yeah.
His hair's quite nice in it as well. I was admiring his hair. He's got a little kind of centre part. It's very much of its time. I kind of remember hair like that. And it had that kind of little nice kind of, I think they call it.
Do you remember side partings? Do you remember side partings?
That's it, side parting. That's it. It was like, it's almost like I could see it. I know his little smart jacket. It was at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be
Like
fucking-
my granddad had a good one. You know, wax and that.
Yeah, they all did, didn't they? Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I was
bit of
impressed.
wax, quiff up, splash of Old Spice, off to Legion.
And that's for bloody Barbara's hair. How much hairspray did she have on?
at some
Because that
point,
was just
I'm gonna have to
immense.
At some point, I'm going to have to crack the fucking whip and stop this chaos. The
That's when you got.
Daleks.
Is that before or after, Dick?
No, God damn it, Craig. You and I'm going to have to go around your house and slag off Mary Poppins to your face.
No.
And then I'm going to start slagging off Kylie.
Oh, oh, John.
Hold on, leave that for the Proctor Who podcast if you want to do that.
I'll go.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the Daleks. The Daleks looked good in nice colour, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
They did.
And they were bigger as well. They made them,
Yeah.
you know, like the height of, height of the
Sure.
or whatever.
That's what
feet.
Stephen Moffat tried to do with these rainbow Daleks, didn't he? To make them like that. And I didn't like the hump on the back of them, but I do think these 60s film Daleks are cracking. I used to have a model version of them that I bought, like an Aerofix one or something like that, but I never built it.
Well,
There was,
remember, this
there was
film.
a scene.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm just going to say this film was released in '65, and Doctor Who wasn't in colour. In fact, the Daleks didn't even appear in colour until about '72, right? So on the TV, so this is the only way you were going to see colour Daleks, and they had to make them look big,
Oh,
beautiful,
yeah, definitely.
bold colours, and they did look fantastic
Brilliant.
on the screen.
Brilliant.
And they
Well, that's
sound
what-
so much better as well, don't they? Because I
Oh
think
no, I
I
don't think they sounded better.
Oh, don't you? I think they sound better
No.
than the 60s TV Daleks, which I think are always a bit
I
tinny.
agree with you, Craig.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help that they were the ones doing the exposition as well. They're not natural
It was
narrators, are they?
Lengthy, isn't it?
Yeah. I particularly like, there's a scene where Barbara's going through them and they're all dead, and she's knocking the heads of them, swinging them around. That was really cool. You got a certain feeling of the substantial nature of them. They didn't look plasticky or
No.
they looked like
Oh,
proper decent props.
Yeah.
Well, the only time that did look properly like a prop is when they get into the actual Dalek, right?
Yeah.
And the way the lid lifted up, they should have maybe covered all that bit with maybe some sort of electronic gadgetry around there or something. It just looks like a
Here's
prop.
Here's one for you, right? So you got Susie going into the woods.
Oh, yeah.
To get the drugs and all that, right? And then you've got, obviously she's been followed. What we find out is the Thar leader or whatever. But he looks like he's wearing like a beautiful, Spyrodon kind of purple,
I was going to say the exact same.
furry cape. And then when you get in the fucking TARDIS, he looks like he's wearing a shower curtain. Do you
And
know what I
why
mean?
did he not speak for so long? I mean, how intimidating. What is he trying to scare her to death?
And why do they wear so much makeup? Why is that
Well,
thing?
I think it's basically like
Shadow.
they remind me of like a Vulcan glam rock band, with a shit bald haircut.
Oh,
know what I mean?
David
Because they have
Bowie, don't they?
But they have that Vulcan kind of look
They
about
do.
them,
They do, yeah.
but
They do.
glammed up kind of thing.
Are they mentioned that the Aryan race or something? That's how I've always
Well,
seen it.
that's what I did get that vibe from him. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird how the '60s always sort of portrayed futuristic races, and I'm thinking of the time machine here.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
Eloy,
yeah.
and that's why I was calling him Eloy all the way through in my head. And they always sort of imagine like future utopian societies are like full of blondes and beautiful people wearing the same clothing.
Yeah.
Like that's the idea of good in the future as a uniformity communist kind of idea.
Based in, as
It
a
was
based
very
in
weird.
Well, you look at you could see the comparisons between this movie and the Time Machine book, and because it's just going into the future, and there's two different races.
Yeah.
One good, one bad, one Aryan-like, and one monster-like. Exactly the same thing. Terry Nation just borrowed the whole storyline.
Well, maybe, but I think it's certainly. I didn't feel. I was a little bit disappointed that the Daleks were shit and like really badly designed, and like they got you managed to stop one with a rug. You managed to stop one with the lip of a fucking steps.
That's in
the
the
first-
original.
Yeah.
So this initial one they can only move via static electricity or whatever. It's only when you get to the next one, Dalek Invasion of Earth, when they've managed to however many years later they've managed to come out and they're able to go on anything kind of thing. But that's a thing from the original, yeah.
And at the time, I would have thought it was quite clever as well, because I would have found that I would have found that really clever and understandable as well as a kid. That's what's it's broken the circuit as such.
Yeah.
I mean, talking of the kit bit, I mean, what I really liked about that scene is in colour, you realise that basically Barbara's done a shit in her hand. And
Oh, John, yes.
And she's basically put shit on the Dalek's hand.
Yeah.
Blinded. And then they're all rubbing feces off, and that is fucking shit fest.
Oh God, you know,
dirty bastards.
Yes,
She does a shit in her hand. And then
are you going through a scatological phase right now, Bob? Because you can't stop talking about shit. It's because you've had a baby, innit? You're just constantly talking about poo.
Yeah, because I've become immune to it. Because once you've swiped.
Yeah, but the rest of the human world doesn't want to hear about your fucking poo stories.
Right. But the thing is, as well,
it's the only thing you can talk about. It's the only thing you can talk about nowadays. Poo jokes. You can't talk about anything because you get in trouble.
No, you can't. No, that's the mistake you're making, Bob. That you can't talk about that as well. But you seem to have not got the message.
I used to love as a kid the Dalek food. It looked so exciting and colourful, and it's now just ruined it.
Well, the thing is, she's got 4 different.
It's called shit eye. That Dalek.
She's got 4 different colours there to pick on, and she picks a brown one. So obviously, kids, us, Bob, right, just go straight for the.
I was thinking of mud. To be honest.
I was thinking of mud and clay, and then you got the green ice cream.
And
if you want to lower the tone any further, Bob, I mean, I could got one for you. Like, the entire Dalek place is a load of pink corridors with flesh-coloured doors that spread.
Yeah, vaginas.
So
vaginas.
That Ian can't get through.
Yeah, Ian cannot penetrate a vagina corridor.
Yeah,
but I tell you what, when all Daleks were having a smoke break or whatever, they went, "Hey, you hear about fucking what's his name? Up top 5479." Yeah, well, he got shit in his eye. Got him shit eye, shit eye.
Right.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up, Bob. Right, so
go on.
The Daleks, their motivation, as explained by them, majority of the time, I'm really not sure what they're on about. So is the story that they're in the metal suits because of the radiation?
Yes.
Is that still true for the rest of the Daleks stories that we've heard?
Yeah. Well, it kind of is. They're in there as protective travel armor.
No. Yeah.
Because of the radiation outside, isn't it? So I've always
no.
it.
Yeah. No.
Well, no. Basically, this isn't really touched upon again until Genesis, really. This whole inside Dalek thing and whatever. It's just basically with pre-Davros, Daleks just going around whatever. But yeah, these are their sometimes it might be life support suits, sometimes they're armor, sometimes it's whatever. But basically, it's a contraption because they're just little wanky green bits of shit that go around in a fucking travel machine. But this is the most basic form of the Daleks, and then they have different things. But once you get Davros, you get more Dalek backstory, more Dalek history. And it carries on,
doesn't it? The claw when it comes out when the car curtain looks really good. I think, and it throbs and pulsates.
That reminded me of the War of the World. That claw.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Going back to what John says, okay, the radiation is what created the Daleks and made them. But going forward, they just became so xenophobic and they just wanted to dominate every other race. Right. They just stayed in those formats. I don't think if they came across any Daleks, any other creatures, races, they just wanted to destroy them. They just become xenophobic. They just wanted to kill, destroy everything.
I mean, to be fair, I see their point of view because the what are they called? The other ones?
Thals.
Yeah,
they were fucking stupid. Like
they are, bless them. They are.
The Daleks say, "Oh, like we've got a lot of food for you." Like, "Oh yeah, fine, we'll come round for food," and that's like Wile E. Coyote level fucking trap for the Roadrunner, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the Thals are more stupid than the Trojans, is what I wrote. Because come on, get a grip. Yeah, but I think I like the fact that they were portrayed as pacifists, and the only way to stop them being pacifists was for Ian to assault one of the females. Nice, thanks, Ian. Well done, mate.
He's like, Ian, grab her. And Ian's like, what? And he just gives us a little wink, and he's like, oh yeah, fuck it. There's a few winks in this, isn't there? Like, oh yeah, we're just lying to do this.
Yeah.
It's
weird. It's really kind of dodgy, that actually. The whole kind of Doctor Who stance. Should the Doctor have got involved in that way? She'd left him to it. You got the war, you've got the gender things. On a different issue completely, John, have you damaged your finger on your wood?
No.
I just spotted it when you lifted your finger up like that, and I thought, oh, look at that. He's got a damaged finger. What's he been up to?
He had a dangerous pokey bum wank.
I wondered that. Bit more pleasure. Double pleasure.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Everyone's in a pokey bum wank, haven't they? When you're a kid, I wonder what's happening there.
Fucking hell.
I was doing one half an hour ago.
Oh, man.
Hey, go on.
Suck it. They're both breaking up.
Going to flat on your balls. Oh, it's the dream.
God, this is like a fucking unbelievable.
I knew I should have put Sarah and Steve on for the Christmas episode.
Who?
Oh dear. Right. The other problem I have, there's a plan developed to go to the city, and Ian and Barbara, along with two random guys, go and try the swamp route. The swamp route, which is very dangerous, full of monsters. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just go that way. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff goes on. It's a little bit chaotic. And then there's a long time spent climbing a cliff. A long time spent climbing a cliff.
That's 3 episodes in the actual series.
But it's the look of it as well, because I think they must use that painted glass, like the painted glass thing, to get into them. And it does look beautiful on the big screen now, which is probably what they spent, a bit
when
more
they're
time.
walking across the moors or whatever it is, and they've got the moon in the background. That looks really impressive, actually.
Oh, it does, but I mean, like you've got what's known as a monster-filled swamp. You don't spend every opportunity you've got trying to put your arms in it and get drinks out of it and stuff, and just generally have a wash like Ian did.
I love the way it's like the guy's going, oh, I think I want to go back. No, you're not. Whack straight in his face. It's like, where's the rationing? Where's the discussion? Where's the calming down? No, I'll get you to come. I'll just
pacifism.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
exactly.
thin veneer of pacifism. Yeah.
Do what I say, or else.
But I mean, it's worth it at the end when they win and like they get gifted some rugs. That's nice.
Well, it's not. It's like we don't have much, but here's some shit shower curtains that we got at Matalan in fucking half price shelf. Now fuck off.
And right, let's discuss that end scene where Ian opens the door and we have the badly overlaid Romans match with wrong perspective.
Yeah, it is the wrong
angle that doesn't match the fucking everything. No. It's just like, who's done this? Is some idiot who's never been to film school has done this? I think,
Unless John, the TARDIS is actually in a ditch, so as the door opens, they're looking out on them like that. It's a possibility.
I doubt he's just walking around them. And it's like, it makes no fucking sense.
Because I don't understand why he doesn't look at his skirt. That's what I'd do if a Roman was out. I'd be straight up there seeing what was happening. Although I'd probably be quite smelly, actually.
Yeah, maybe it was done from a gay upskirt look at perspective.
No, I like what he said.
Show me cock and balls.
Perspective.
Wow.
What I'd like to touch on though, we've done the end, but go back to the beginning. I'd like to touch on anyway, what I'd like to touch on is the bit at the beginning where they go to Susan. She's reading a fucking nerd novel. Yes. Barbara's reading a nerd novel, even though she's a fucking kind of comes across as a bit of a bimbo. This ain't gonna lie. And then the Doctor, I'm reading Eagle comic. And then fucking Ryan Castle comes in sitting on chocolates and that. What a comedy.
I don't mind that scene.
No, it's that the kids are like it, won't they? Kids are like it. Oh, he reads Eagle comic, he's cool. They're fucking nerds. Yeah, reading education and that.
That's also putting their characters on the screen as what they are. They're both intelligent women. Right?
And where's the
dodgy old granddad?
No, but he's cool. He reads Eagle. I bet he's got a copy of fucking 60s Razzling there or whatever. But he's found it
breaking up again, Bob. Honestly,
Champ's bush.
Breaking up again. Wow. Craig. Sorry, you were saying.
I was going to say a personal story that I was really jealous of a kid once on my street because there was this woman who came around the houses and for some reason he was given, let's say, a 6 months free subscription to Eagle and I wasn't, and I was really jealous and I refused to read it ever after that because he was getting a free copy and I wasn't, and I was poor.
I met her and she said she said she was just a little bellend. She couldn't fuck yourself.
Well, I tried my best to get big. She didn't turn me on.
Merry Christmas. I bet the sun did. Hey!
It was nice. It was nice that Susan. I'm just ignoring you, bunch of fucking cockheads. It was nice that Susan got her own little story, her own little adventure within it.
What was that?
Well, she got taken out and she went outside to get the drugs and that.
Oh yeah,
in the woods.
yeah.
She got to get drugs and that.
Yeah, she went out to score in the woods off some dodgy guys wearing makeup.
Because why does Barbara not go? Because let's face it, they let the kid go out of all of them.
She jumped
She
in, didn't she?
volunteered,
Whereas
but-
the other three, you can see, were extremely affected by the radiation, whereas she didn't
It's a
seem to be.
kids' film, so like the kid is the hero in this point. They're the one that are brave because that's what they want.
Yeah, but it's a girl, though, isn't it? It's a little girl.
Yeah.
You know, this is the 60s.
Role models for the 60s. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You're trying to suggest it. Okay,
No,
empowerment.
but I'm saying that's for the 60s. That's good, because usually you look for the eyes of a little boy.
Yeah.
So do it through a little girl. I think it's really, really kind of, it's kind of Doctor Who and cool and that kind of good vibe.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I can go with that. Let's talk about the wicker baskets that the Thals are carrying up. I mean, for God's sake, what are they expecting? Because I don't know how the mud would have got in there that the Daleks were going to give them. Because they all go, it's like some kind of Danish scene, isn't it? They're all got these wooden things over the shoulders.
Yeah, I know, but as soon as it kicks off, they drop them all, and that means the Daleks will have to maneuver around them to chase them. So it was just a defensive ploy, I reckon.
That's true. 'Cause it must be hard to get past those baskets.
Yeah.
There's also a production error a bit in the film where they're following the swamp. This they're going through the swamp and there's pipelines there. But remember, this is all built by the Daleks, so they should all be flat. But there's a set of steps next to one of the pipelines, and you're thinking, why would the Daleks have a set of steps?
Oh, I thought that was like a.
They've not always been immobile, have they? Maybe that was built a long time before they were.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
good
they were
point,
just
though.
natural kind of mud pits or whatever. And that was my thing, was like, how have they got this handy rock formation? Because you do get that sometimes. That's how I saw those.
It's probably something to do with shit eye. Hey, I tell you what, you know that bit which goes on forever, the fucking door scene with Roy Castle?
Yeah.
Why would you have to sit on something and then go in a door? So you can't get, it's just fucking bollocks. It doesn't make sense. It
I
doesn't
think
make
it's
sense.
Yeah, just might be a mouthful, doors knackered. Malfunction.
They needed
door.
an excuse for Roy Castle to walk continually up to it with his tap dancing shoes on.
It was the
Did it have
people
a-
who are
wearing
risking want to
tap
watch
dance?
people
If you
coming in and
listen
out
to-
of holes.
If Doctor Who or whatever and Susie didn't appear, what would he have done? He'd just done it for fucking ever until he starved to death.
I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
waiting
Because
for it to
you
come
know,
back.
when he's in his comedy moments, he's that fucking stupid. He probably would. Daft lad. Wonder if he played trumpet then as well. Played trumpet, didn't he? In Record Breakers.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But that scene there as well. Remember in the TV show, that scene is when Barbara gets separated, and you get that infamous scene of her at the episode 1 cliffhanger of the Dalek plunger coming towards her and she's screaming her head off, which reignited all it ignited all the Dalek mania that came for the Doctor Who series. This is all missing from the
I was
film.
surprised it didn't put that in there. Actually.
I'd have thought they'd have put that one in at least.
Well,
and then just put back to the others.
They also didn't have any meaningful weapons by the looks of it. They just had a little CO gun.
Yeah, but I think that's what they sort of had in early days because it was cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
the flamethrower is great though,
yeah.
isn't it? When it looks so cool when it's cutting through the door.
Yeah,
It's too
and then it
dangerous.
pushes
though,
it.
really.
Too dangerous.
The production
Health and safety.
the production
Where was health and safety Dalek officer? Risk assessment. Risk assessment.
the producers they decided they were going to as when they brought the Daleks back, Daleks into the movie. Of course, they were going to be bigger. They're going to have brighter colours, but they were going
Bigger
to
balls.
use some with the plungers, some with a claw. They used one with a blowtorch to be able to get through that door. Right, but
Craig.
the word.
Blow? Why? Honestly, that is.
Said the word blow. Sorry, mate. Yeah, carry on.
But they were also supposed to have actual flamethrowers instead of the fire extinguishers,
Yeah.
right? But they decided because on the health and safety reasons, right? And we seem to have lost Bob. Health and safety
Share
reasons,
the
they
tip.
said we can't really have flamethrowers on the Daleks, so that's where they went to the fire extinguishers.
They were cool.
And they were remarkably inept if they can be that easily overpowered as they were.
Oh yeah, they were
They
really
must
poor.
have
They were-
been. Go, Craig, go.
Oh, I was gonna say the end of this is just so quick, isn't it? They come in and they shoot their own console, and that's it. They all die. It's like, what is that all about? It's just done in 2 seconds. Because I kept thinking, I know this film has got like 4 minutes left, but everyone's still alive and nothing's happened, and then suddenly just blow it up and they just stop.
It just seemed like they wrap it up. They wrap it up very, very quickly. There's like 10 minutes at the start of getting ready. There's like a load of running around in the middle, and then there's 10 minutes at the end wrapping up.
Yeah.
It seems very quickly.
That's just brought back a memory. That is, I seem to remember back in the 70s and 80s there used to be this kids program called Screen Test, I think it was, where they used to show clips and then you had the kids answering questions. I seem to remember that scene, that end scene, which is the finale of the movie, was used as a clip in there. Who would go around giving these kids, these producers, the end scene of a movie just to use as a film clip?
Well, they were clearly proud of it.
Bringing the proper questions. Bringing the deep shit. Bringing the deep stuff to this pod. Well done.
Like
what doesn't that?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I think we should go back to talking about fucking shit again. Bob, go for it.
Well, what do you want to know? Do you know I used to do something called poo? Bob's Poos.
I think he was joking. Please stop.
No. At this point, I've given up. It's fucking Christmas. Let him go.
On Facebook, yeah, I used to. When I had a poo, when you get on your phone, you look at news and all that kind of thing. Do your fantasy league football and that? I used to go on Facebook, and then sometimes you've got weird, poos, and you want to describe them to people, so they know they're not alone with their movements.
Can I
see what I mean?
Was that Alfie just in the background?
It is Alfie.
Yeah,
Alfie's quite embarrassed, I think, right now.
I think Alfie's saying, please stop that. Yeah.
Can I talk about the Dalek sense of design? Because what I was really impressed with was on Alien Planet, right in the heart of the Daleks Empire. They've got lava lamps. They are so.
Oh, yes.
I love lava lamps, and they're worth.
I've got one right next to me, a massive Mathis lava lamp, which I love.
It was the 60s. That was the cutting edge of fucking home design.
Honest to God, and rightly so. They should be there.
I'm not being funny. I'd never had a lava lamp when I was younger. I've only got one in the last sort of 2 or 3 years. It's a big Mathis one. I could just watch that all fucking day.
Oh yeah, every Christmas it's on my list. Yeah. And every year I am disappointed.
It's only TV, isn't it?
It was only 50 quid for Margos. Fuck off, John. Bulbs cost a fortune. You can't get hold of them because it's all health and safety or fucking environment and that. Because the shit, the shit all bulbs and that. Because it's LEDs in it now. So it's a fucking nightmare getting hold of bulbs, but it's worth it when they get going. Like, it take about 3 or 4 hours. Argos got mine from
pure gold. That section, pure gold. We're about running out. We've almost talked about as long as this film has gone on. So, has anybody got any notes they'd like to raise about this film? We'll go with you, Suki, first.
I did notice that the TARDIS door opens outward instead of inward. Which
I thought it felt wrong.
It did feel strange.
I didn't spot that. Did you, Bob?
No,
I'm feeling inadequate now. I was
right at the beginning when Roy Castle walks around the TARDIS, he actually opens the door outwards.
I was thinking his panty lines. That's why.
I also think.
Did you fuck Roy Castle, Craig? Back in there with side party.
His panty, the trousers were quite nice fitting on his butt. I have to say, I'm gonna go with a yeah. If I'm in the mood, definitely, yeah.
Nice. See you fuck Roy Castle. That's good.
I
would.
We'll get you.
I wouldn't do Peter Cushing there. I wouldn't do Peter Cushing. Well, he's dead now, so I wouldn't now. Obviously, it'd be a bit inappropriate.
Necrophilia, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Would you fuck the style?
Every other subject, haven't we? So
I wasn't that attracted to the thing, but I tell you what, I thought the chests were really nice. I'd lick them.
Ooh. With that,
right.
lick your chest.
They've got that little white line there. You could tell the makeup really made it glisten. It was like
lick the makeup of the fowl's chest.
Why not?
Nothing.
Get me a vodka.
Absolutely.
It's nothing. I'm not coming around you when you're talking about bad shit on it.
Carry on your notes.
I also think this is all Barbara's fault. This adventure takes place, right? Because they've gone and shown Ian the inside of the TARDIS. They're walking around, and it's Barbara that comes rushing over, jumps on Ian, causing him to fall back.
Yeah,
set them on the way, and then they keep blaming Ian.
Just like Eve, if she'd controlled her wanton sexuality, none of that would have happened.
However, how did that break the liquid mercury thing?
It didn't break, did it?
He just lied. He made it up. He made it
See,
up.
you're so enthralled, John. I don't know how you missed that. I'm surprised I missed the TARDIS door opening out, but how can you miss that? It's bloody dialogue. It's about 50
He made it up.
times.
Oh,
He made it
really?
up. He made it up because he wanted to stay on planet and check it out on that.
It's bad. It does that in the real thing, doesn't he? The fluid link isn't really broke, is it?
Show out
Makes it
didn't
up.
pay much attention, don't you?
You were busy looking
Anyway,
at
carry on,
TARDIS.
Suki.
They used a lot of terms that they've used in the original show, which is like the scanner, the fault locator, the fluid link. Right, so they were using a lot of the old TARDIS terms for some of the stuff in there. I like the fact that the Doctor carries a pair of binoculars on him, which is going back to some of the other Doctors that they go around carrying all sorts of stuff in there, and this one carries a pair of binoculars. He just pulls out a pair of binoculars.
Excellent. Carry on.
There's loads of instances. There's loads of instances where the Daleks are in shot, but all of a sudden their top seems to suddenly lift slightly up. The most blatant one is where Susan is told to leave the city, and she leaves the city. And one of the Daleks, as he's moved forward, you can see the top half of his the Dalek just suddenly come away and then flop back down again. There's loads of instances apparently that.
I didn't see him. I think it was all right. I think the Daleks were the strongest part of this.
I say that I really love, and I always loved it as a kid, and I still always love it now, is when they're running away from the city.
One sec, Craig. One sec, Craig. I'm in charge. Suki's still doing his bit. Save that for your bit.
No, I ain't sharing now.
No.
I like the old trope, which, oh my God,
Hurry
Bob.
up, Suki. For God's sake, hurry up, Suki. I've got something to say.
Yeah. I like the fact that
Go on,
Rebecca
Suki.
Boy had to go around putting her hands into the claw when she was being captured. Right, the old thing to make sure, like, to get herself captured. Yeah, that's about it, apart from some behind the scenes stuff.
All right, then. Craig, what about you? You've got some notes?
No, nothing. Nothing
Attitude of this
whatsoever
guy.
to say. Yeah, actually, the thing I really love, right, is the bit when the Daleks, they're running away, and suddenly the mountain opens up, and you get all that gold. Oh, not gold, the gold lights and things coming through. I love that. I think it's really class. Really quite gasping, and that's it, because I'm just distracted by, to be fair, Bob's background.
I'm just taking my YouTube to an unofficial Dalek video cover. I bet Suki's gone to find his fucking dodgy collection. He always shows us his DVDs, doesn't he? Like some fucking, oh, look at me, I've got DVDs. You just said this is a DVD. Oh, DVD.
Is that two women on the back cover?
For the listeners, Suki has fucked off.
Yeah.
He just fucked off. He just left.
It's Friday. It's Friday. Be offering his fucking chips, won't he?
Is he?
It's not Friday. It's sick. No, it's not Friday. So it's Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Happy Christmas. Where the fuck did you go?
Hey, to get that.
I told you.
I fucking told you. I said that's what you were gonna do.
Oh my God, Suki.
You dirty
You have
bastard.
so dropped in my estimation.
You know who got me this?
Who?
Your wife?
No. It's a friend of mine
Yourself?
who's gay.
Now you might have to. You might have to explain to the listeners.
I don't know what he was doing with it.
You
He just
might
come over
have
and
to.
said, do you want it?
Maybe he was curious like I was. Oh, that's what happens.
I tell you what, the listeners can fuck off. They're not going to know anything about
No,
what's going on.
Suki, explain to
YouTube's-
listeners what you've been doing.
He's
got
got
a
just want to find that.
Bastard.
What is it?
what?
Just fucking explain it. People can't see it.
Everything in
What is
Suki's
it?
house is like
It's
2
on the
minutes
back.
away from this.
Tell you
top.
what.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah.
I'm editing all this shit anyway. I'm editing all this shit.
Why?
Tell him.
It's really good. The
Wow.
listeners love it.
Abducted by Daleks.
Well,
a couple of
for some
naked birds
reason,
up
has
front
got a
with a
put.
Dalek, and they get fucked by Daleks. It's a porno.
They don't get.
Yeah, they
What,
fucking
Daleks?
do. You've not watched it, have you?
What
Of course, I've
happens?
watched it.
Fucking.
Have you watched it? How do you know then?
Yeah, I've
Well,
seen it.
tell
yeah,
us what
of course
happens,
I have.
Suki. Tell us what happens. I'm curious.
I can't remember. It's been
What does he do with its plunger?
I don't know how long I've had this now. 15 years? 16 years?
Yeah,
It's the
abducted
disc
by-
all sticky.
The dust is still on.
If anyone wants to go on Pornhub, is it dust though, okay? Is it dust though? Just a bit of spat.
It's
Well,
dry.
15-year-old
Um,
spat.
It's been
But
there
no,
a while.
it's basically done by Daleks. It's a pornographic video about Daleks and women. It's available on Pornhub probably. So if you want to check it out, check it out.
It's not available anyway. Not available.
Fucking everyone's born on Christmas Day 'cause it's digital Christmas, isn't it? You know, so fuck it. Might as well do something.
Well,
Pokebook Man Cobra Guilty by Daleks.
We've got some safe for work, easy listening to the family on this podcast today. That's always good.
It's a family podcast. I didn't realise that.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking not. No.
You can't go back.
I panicked then. I know I didn't think so. Too. Like, oh.
Oh my god. So
This
have
out
you got
Boxer,
no
is
more
it?
notes?
No, that's it. That's all my notes done. I think there. It's all done. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Bob.
I only had 4 notes. One of them was pull a crack out of my pants like it's a penis and pull it off to Craig. And I mentioned the other ones. And you're raging, so I'm going to not say anything anymore.
I'm not raging.
John's not. I can't tell if John's raging.
I'm just mentally exhausted trying to cope with you fuckers.
It's only been 1 hour. Come on, you've lasted longer than this
Yes,
before.
sucking. Stop fucking about. You're
Yeah, I
usually
know,
quite
but
good.
You're the one that's starting it, Bob, so they'll start on me.
yeah, he is. He's fucking uncontrollable, but
Yeah,
he's not running his
he
own
is.
podcast.
Yeah. I've got
know,
some more now,
especially
which
like
is
that.
like behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, the
Yeah,
the
go on then.
music.
What, have I
What do you
ducked it by
guys think
Daleks
of the
out?
music?
Oh, the music's really cool. Sorry. The music is excellent, Tucky. Really love it. I really like the orchestral sound to it. It's really, I think they spent a lot of time harmonizing it, and it kind of got that vibe of the 60s to it. I love it. I think it's really cool.
I'm not sure about the opening credits though. They were fucking weird.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like that, isn't it?
the music is overbearingly 60s and lovely and cinematic and cool. And I think that's at the beginning as well. That happens at the beginning.
The music at the beginning, is that the electronic music?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's Barry Gray. That was Barry Gray did all the electronic.
With the-
Barry
with the
Gray's,
colour, with the colourful opening that you normally used to see in the 80s cinema screens when they were
Yes.
waiting for the show to start.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey,
he
nice.
was the main collaborator with Jerry Anderson, so he did a lot of his music. So
Oh,
like,
right.
I think the Thunderbirds theme is his, and Stingray and all that stuff. That's all his.
I was going to say about the director, Gordon Fleming, with a Y. I've never seen that before.
Ooh.
Flemyng. So
I was
that's
going to say,
yeah.
how do you spell Gordon with a Y? That's weird.
Gordon.
Gordon Fleming.
Jordan.
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 Couple of facts about Gordon. Gordon Fleming. After this, he did
Is
quite
he
a
after
few.
Bob
movies,
Fleming?
but
No, it's
in
with a Y,
relation-
Craig. I've got an eye.
Oh, God. Yeah, I've
No,
seen
what
it.
else? No,
Yeah, in the
relax.
centre.
And
Go on,
then
Suki.
he's mainly
two
a
fuckers
TV
shut up.
director after this. He went on to do Bill. I don't know what you. I never don't know what you said. The Bill, Lovejoy, Minder. He did
The
all.
Bill. You're the
Yeah.
fucking Bill and Minder. And Lovejoy. Fucking
Yeah.
hell, he must have been awesome.
I used to fancy Lovejoy.
Of course.
Didn't
You've
we
not
all?
still fancy
Like,
it now?
didn't we all?
Not seen it for a long time.
He's
Uh,
Why
a
not?
bastard.
He's in
Probably.
everything.
Yeah.
Am I thinking of
He's in,
Lovejoy? Yeah, it's nice.
He's in American Gods. He plays a god in American
I'm
Gods.
just looking at him now, actually.
You
He's in
will
a
like
great.
it.
You
He's
don't
in a
want to
great.
watch American Gods because it's
I tell
quite
you what,
graphic.
he's in a great show about cathedrals being bad, saying like years ago on that. So yeah, that's what for you to do on Google, isn't it? Google Lovejoy or whatever he's called, cathedrals history bad bastard, and it'll come
Ian
up.
McShane. I wasn't thinking of him, actually. I've got the wrong programme. It's not that good.
Are we thinking of Boone? Ken Boone.
No, we're not.
I think I
thinking
was.
of
I
those.
think I was. I was
Yeah,
thinking, hang on.
Are you,
How do you know that?
can you get back,
Have you reading my wank bank?
please,
God.
please let me get back. Please, please.
Oh, no, I wasn't thinking of him either.
Boone.
Well,
Fleming also, right, because he had such a young actress, which is Roberta Tavoy. She was only 11 years old. He offered her
Neutral.
5 shillings each time she got the scene correct, right? And because she was such a one-take wonder, he ended up being out of pocket. So when he came to the second film, he never offered her the same deal.
Oh, I thought you were going to go down U Tree Road then. So
No.
Offered her $5 for a.
unbelievable. Well, I think we're probably getting to the point where we can fucking pull a halt to this chaos.
Yes.
So
Well, excited about the
can I ask
Christmas
you-
Day special.
Yeah, I was going to say no.
Oh, the Christmas Day.
No,
Sorry.
we don't know, do we? I was going to say, what is everyone? So we've done this before dinner. What are you having for your dinner, Craig? What are you having for your Christmas dinner?
Oh, Christmas dinner, obviously. Turkey, piece of blankets, all the stuff like that. Yeah. A lot.
I like pigs in blankets and Yorkshire.
I love pigs. Sprouts. I love sprouts. Controversially, no one seems to like sprouts. They get a really hard deal, and I love them.
Taste like little shit farts.
I like little balls.
Little
Straight in
shitty
your
balls. Shit balls. That's how you like them.
Oh, bring it away from shit. I don't.
What are you having Suki for your Christmas dinner?
Who?
You.
Me?
Who?
I
Suki.
thought I'd just stop listening. I was just.
Yeah, I stopped listening a while back.
I'll tell you what I'm having. I'm having some yellow mush, followed by some green mush, followed by some red mush, and then a load of shit.
That's really futuristic.
Yeah.
That sounds fucking well nice. What are you having, John?
It's whatever the fucking hell you think you want me to say. I don't care at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, sprouts. I like sprouts. Craig.
Oh, good
I
man,
like
John.
sprouts.
No one likes sprouts. That's brilliant.
I like turkey and I like bread pudding and I like roasties. And
Yeah,
pigs in
me too.
blankets and
Yeah, that
sprouts.
sounds perfect. Cranberry juice. Cranberry juice. Sorry, cranberry. Yeah, cranberry.
I could do without cranberry jelly. I could do without that. As long as I've got my sprouts.
But I like be allowed veggie stuff. That's all.
I mean,
veggie stuff.
my favourite thing on Christmas Day is a full bottle of Bailey's, a pokey bum wank and a cry.
So,
Did that once.
on that glorious note,
I don't think we're ever going to do this again.
Let me just get Bob to finally apologise for his performance and everything he said, please, Bob.
Oh, Merry fucking Christmas, filthy animals.
So thank you, lads, for joining us, despite the fact I bitterly regret it.
Doesn't mean it.
He'll have us back again, Bob. He's like it now and he loves it, really.
Desperate,
You know.
desperate, Craig.
There must be. We fucking must be. So.
Same time next week for New Year's, then, boys.
Yeah. Oh, is that the next Doctor Who movie?
Yeah,
God
New
damn
Year we're
it.
doing Abducted by Daleks. Come on.
Oh, do I have to watch that?
Oh.
So, thank you, guys. Genuinely, thank you for your fucking shenanigans. It's been a joy.
As always.
And thank you, Suki, for not enabling them by talking about shit too much, which you fucking did. So we'll have words about that after.
Suki was a bad boy.
Just go with the flow, don't you? And
wasn't he?
go with the shit flow.
You're usually well behaved in this podcast, Suki, and tonight you've been a fucking naughty boy.
He's needed it. He had to release. It's like it's the time of year. I enjoyed my release.
It's Christmas. Get your dick out for YouTubers.
It's your fault. I just do my chest. It's you. Oh no, it's Suki does it.
Fucking hell. Hey, that's a weird
Oh,
shape,
Suki.
Suki.
He's got two.
It's double-edged.
So that's been our pod from Suki, Bob, Craig, and myself. It's goodbye.
And Merry Christmas.
Goodbye. Merry Christmas. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I'm gonna.
everybody.
I tell you what. By the end of that, I'm gonna have it like reducing slowly in volume so you can't hear anybody.
It'll be 10
And I'll
minutes
do
long in
exit.
total when we're done, won't it?
Right.